as last month was my birthday. So a lot of people went a little bit bananas. Well, we're getting pretty close to finishing up this area. Owl have appeared on the map. Owl, what you gonna do about it? But yeah, no. If you do feel like you ever want to give feedback to Twitch, I would recommend signing up for the Twitch RPG surveys, even though it's just work. In my experience, it's been worth it. It has certainly been worth it. So I think I'm going to start building like a little tower thingy here. Don't know exactly how it's going to end up looking, but we're going to start building our bedrooms vertically. Plank. Just because I think like having a vertical tower in the middle of a lake support as our bedrooms is kind of a neat idea. Still lurky Saturday. Cheers for the hype train, though, guys. Keeps the channel funded. Cherry corn seed. I was gonna say, I have thirsty settlers, but they need to come back. I'm also realizing I didn't actually need to do this the way I did. So I'm gonna have to put walls around the edges. There we go. I already did that. Yeah, there's a well right there. No, the person was thirsty because they were at the absolute furthest possible end of the map gathering wood. Yeah, I know. It would be much more obvious if I was playing Dwarf Fortress Zalora. I'm going to keep making, like, references to graphics being harder to see. If you don't like it, deal. Because I do actually think they are easier to see. That's just honest facts. Do. New. So you're liking it then, Hank? Or was that just because I commented on chat being sleepy? Because, you know, touche on either, really. After it has to be built? I was wondering that myself a couple minutes ago. So I'm not sure. Kind of want to just remove this one, although that's supposed to be more food and seed storage, so. Oh, you found it? Good stuff. Investments are open. Heads up, chat. I mean, I know where the job priority tool is, but... Because there's this priority job, but can you, like... Yeah, you can. Ah! And then it deletes it. Well, okay. Interesting. It just betrayed me. That's fine, though. I fixed it. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Also, Wild Peak, I don't mean to call you out or nothing, but you're 1 bit away from the medal number. I'm just saying. There you go. Now you're the medal number. Good luck on that investment, caveman. Also, hey, Peter, what's up? Do 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 do. Having a shitty day. Hopefully it improves. Hopefully it's minor shitty and not major shitty. I had a shitty day a few days ago, but it's one of those shitty days where it's like, it'll improve. There you go. That's the right amount now, caveman. Hope tomorrow will be better. It's always that. There's always tomorrow. I just, like, the reason my day was kind of shitty a few days ago is because the drummer of my favorite band passed away. And it's tempting me, very much so, to just go and buy an album that I can't really afford. Because the vinyl pressings for that thing are very rare and not cheap. I just hope they repress it. So I don't need to buy the original. Otherwise, damn it, I will. Do do do. You know, I think I would like this building style a lot more if it was just hold down either shift, because I really like holding down right shift to do any kind of capitalizations. I don't really like holding down left shift. Echo that back at you, Mohammed. I will say I've listened to my copy of Inlet way too many times the past few days. I just wanted them to go on tour with Inlet, and I'm so sad that if they're gonna do that now, they have to go with a different drummer. Hopefully they will, but who knows. They should just, like, steal Slowdive's drummer or something. Or Nothing's drummer, or another band that they've done stuff with in the past. This game just manages to look almost magical in a weird way. I don't know if any of you guys get that, but there's something about just zooming out and looking at your map and scrolling through it that is super satisfying in this that I don't even get from Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I have tickets to go see Ginger in October. Fantastic band. I fucking love their music. But one of the openers is Suicide Silence, which I also feel really fucking weird about. It's like it's been a long time since Mitch passed away, but who was the original vocalist of that band, but it's still weird as hell. Especially if they play any of the old songs. I don't know if they will, but although nothing will ever be as weird as, like, when a label takes over a band and then slowly all of the original members leave. I think that's probably the worst thing that could happen to a band. I used to listen to this pretty edgy shit band called Sonic Syndicate. They're a pretty basic, like, power metal joint, nothing super fancy, but I liked their music. And they got picked up by a label. And after they got picked up by a label, or a new label rather, every single one of the members left until there wasn't a single member of the original set left. And the band, Sonic Syndicate, still writes music, still puts out albums, and still goes on tour and plays the old shit, but none of the original members are left. And it's so fucking strange. That, I think, is like the worst thing that could happen to a band. Hands down. The second worst thing is they replace their vocalist. I need more chickens to show up on the map so that I can slap them into submission so that they join me. I do think it's kind of hilarious, actually, that it's the same animations to kill things that it is to tame things in this game. It's like they just run up to tame animals. They just run up to them and smack them in the head, which I think is very funny. Do. Yeah, I find that very amusing. Is that a chicken? That's a chicken. Chicken hath appeared on map. chicken. We must beat the shit out of this chicken. Ooh, and they're close by. All right. Go smack them then chickens. I'm gonna go smack both of those chickens. You're gonna go smack that one, and you're gonna go smack that one. See, it's the same animation as killing. Are you tame chicken? Yes, I think you are. So now I'm assuming, yes, excellent. They will just go join the chickens in the chicken coop because naturally that's what you do. I think it got, didn't it get an update like a little while ago? Not the big one yet. I mean, there's a big one coming soon, TM. But, I mean, it gets one once a month. Last one was June. But yeah, this game gets monthly updates. I'm playing it specifically because it was the Patreon pick last month, and also I'm going to do a little interview with the developer on my YouTube channel on, well, I'm recording it on Monday. I'm not sure when it'll go up. It'll go up when it's done, but... What, they smack you until you, like, go into your room, Mohammed? That seems a little upsetting. I mean, every devlog comes with a minor patch, but I don't know. I don't follow the development of this game super closely, so I think the last major update was stacking snow in northern biomes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this game's constantly getting new updates. I'm just playing it because I need footage and because I want to play it more, so. Steam hasn't been informing you about the updates? Shouldn't it just update? Do you have it set to followed? Because I feel like Steam used to like notify you of games getting updates, and then when they added the following system, it's like now they only do that when you update. Speaking of games that just got a dumb update, Dungeon Man's just got a really, really, really stupid update that lets you breed chickens that will come and murder stuff with you. It's called Hatch and Slash. Once you reach level 5 and crush enough bosses, you'll find a mysterious egg, get the ball rolling, and you'll have the option of being followed around by a brave battle poultry. Like, literally, when you hit level 5 in Dungeon Man's now, you can raise chickens, and they will follow you and fight for you. Which is kind of great, so I might need to try that new Dungeon Man's patch at some point when I have a minute. Because that is incredible. Just go and beat the ever-living piss out of some dudes with chickens. Because who doesn't want to go kick the shit out of dudes with some chickens? Seems perfectly fine to me. No, the last patch was on June 2021 in the devlog. And there was a bunch of small updates in that. So no, they're just in the normal, like, main branch. I don't know what you're talking about. Outside of that. Like, I play this game 3 times a year, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. So everything is new to me. Well, maybe not everything, but a lot of stuff is new because I don't play this game very frequently. Very hot, 73. It's what? 90 or 100 everything catches on fire? Since November 2020. Do you not have it set to auto update? Because I got a patch last week. What? Last update, last time it installed content on mine was February 15th, 2021. It's auto update? That's, yeah, I don't know. I'm literally looking at it right now. Last installed content, or I installed the game on, just making sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, February 15th, 2021 at 1:26 p.m. was the last time I updated the game. And since then, there was 2 minor patches. So yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but can't speak to it. Checking the itch.io version as well. Because I also own it on itch. Yeah, February. And it updated 18 days ago, according to the itch.io version. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you're getting your info, but it seems odd to me. I'm confused as well. I'm currently playing on the Steam version. Get in there, chicken. Is there like a gate? There we go. Wooden gate. Let's keep those chickens in there. What an odd realm this is. It's the oddest of realms. Good to see you, berries. A very odd realm indeed. A chicken has been tamed. I guess they finally tamed the 4th one. For a second there, I thought my AC kicked it up into ultra high gear, but it was actually just the game sounds. How's it? It's all right. It's all right. Doing a little better. Got weirdly melancholic about drummer of my favorite band passing away, but aside from that, I'm okay. Still a little down on that one. Just enjoying a little bit of chill, odd realm. Because I need footage for the interview that I'm going to do with him, or the developer of this, on Monday. So recording footage and also actually putting some more time into this game, which I should have done a while ago. Nope. I assure you not. This will be me popping my cheek. Or rather, I can't actually do it right now. Nope, can't do it. Definitely in-game sounds. Let's just speed up time a little bit. Get this stuff done. While they build our little dirt wall over here. Owl have appeared on the map. Oh, hell yeah. Are you supposed to get a heat wave soon? Not really a zoo, but I really, really, really want my local aquarium to open up again. Because they used to sell annual memberships, and I want to buy one. But it's got a lot of very small, cramped, itty-bitty spaces. We got another Ewan born. And a babby in the place. Because it's got a lot of really small, cramped spaces in it, so it definitely didn't meet any of the COVID restrictions, but they're lifting those now, so maybe positives and negatives, I guess. Once they are, I guess, able to. It would be nice to be able to go back there. Mostly just hot summer. Just normal hot girl summer instead of hot girl waves. That's the way it's supposed to be. They actually describe that heat wave here as a heat storm, which I think is weird and apocalyptic sounding, and I don't like it. You want hot dwarf summer? That's just hot beard summer. So if you want that, just like go to your local Magic the Gathering shop. That'll be about the closest you'll get. Or Games Workshop, that'll probably also do. Good idea. I mean, it's probably the best place to get some social interaction in the current year. I wonder how Games Workshop is doing during the, has done during the pandemic. That's an industry I haven't paid any attention to. As an in-person event? I mean, I don't know what status is where you're at, but they're really trying to open things up over here, and it feels too early to me. But I don't know. Online events, can't say much for Warhams. Well, I mean, I will say this. I feel like Wizards of the Coast is straining for money. And the reason I say that is because they have put out a few video games recently that just kind of came out like limp dicks, not really with much fanfare. And the people who did play them kind of were like, yo, this is trash. So I kind of get the feeling that they are pulling at straws for money right now. It just seems that way. I'm not entirely certain if that's accurate, but it feels that way. Wait. Hold on a second. Magic's making an MMO? I didn't even know that. I knew they were making an action RPG. Welcome back. You went for time. Ooh. Yeet. Ooh. I mean, I knew about the ARPG. I didn't even know they were making an MMO. I mean, I probably knew at some point and then just immediately forgot. I mean, we all know that Dark Alliance is an amazing video game that everybody loves, right? 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 Dark Alliance is good, right? They wouldn't fuck up Dark Alliance. Nah. Nah. Hey. More like DOA instead of DA. Aside from the, like, digital Magic the Gathering arena thingy that everybody loves, nothing of note, really. Which is why I say it kind of feels like they're struggling for cash. Kind of feels like it. Might not necessarily be accurate, but it feels that way. I can't remember the last time I had Thai food, Hobo. Not gonna lie. Genuinely cannot remember the last time I had Thai food. It must have been like before I moved out. We have a lot of sushi and Chinese and Vietnamese food around my neck of the woods, but I don't know of any good Thai spots. If I could just, like, have a box of spring rolls to myself, like, right yesterday, that'd be good. I could go, like, I will actually admit that there's been times when I've been really down, and I just go on to, like, Skip the Dishes or Uber Eats or some equivalent, and I just order, like, like 3 or 4 servings worth of spring rolls and just eat them. Because spring rolls are great. Spring rolls are like fries for people who don't eat a lot of fries. I want to go to a restaurant. I haven't been to a restaurant in a couple of weeks. Actually, a month? Yeah, a month. About a month. I went to a restaurant with a friend. What is this? Discount DF? Actually, it's more expensive than DF because DF is free. But no. Travel far and wide looking for the best goods. Would you like to see my wares? I would like to see what you've got. Of course. Cast your face on my your face orbs on my wares. Tell me they are not the finest in the land. You want to buy my dead people? That seems useful. Also buy all my, maybe not all of them. Maybe like 500 of them. No. Or did you get more people? Because this isn't more people. This is a single dude for me. Trade. And then what can I buy from you? Got beet seeds. Ice root seed? What the fuck is ice root? Chicken and waffles? Fuck yeah, man. Let's buy chicken and waffles and the iron flail that you brought. Yeah, we'll do that. Billionaire, thanks for the raid. Cheers, man. Farewell, friend. I shall return to you once you're and to grace your life with my wonderful wares and bring joy to this land once again. Oh, 5 more suckers showed up. I mean, more meat shields for the meat shield horde. Billionaire, how was your stream today? How was the big robot stompy stuffs? I was actually gonna like DM you and ask if you needed a 5th or a 4th, but I guess you ended. A lot of fun. Jelly. You had a spot open the whole time? God damn it! I totally would have joined if you kept going for like another hour. Oh well. Win some, you lose some. Snooze some, you lose all of them. If you guys don't know Bellinaire by this point, the heck are you even doing? Watching my stream and not his. You're supposed to watch both of us at the same time. He's part of my stream team. He's from Finland. He rolls his R's. Very entertaining. Highly recommend. We're playing a little bit of Odd Realm, which is not discount Dwarf Fortress. It's a little colony builder in a similar perspective to Dwarf Fortress. Which is basically all they really have in common. That focuses on playing multiple races, because there are 2 playable races in the game currently. 5 are planned. And it's more about digging down and finding weird characters underground and getting weird quests from them, and tasks to complete and raiding tombs. You can also pack up everything and leave and go elsewhere on the map, which you can't do in Dwarf Fortress. But I am interviewing the developer for this game on Monday. It does seem a little odd, doesn't it? I know. It does. But yeah, I'm doing an interview with the developer on Monday, so I need footage. And this was actually the Patreon game too, from last month, which I didn't play enough last month because I didn't stream enough last month because it got kind of warm. So, you know, got kind of warm. Jack, can I get a big round of beers for Glino? Keeping that sub alive for 11 months. Has it been that long? Good lord. Did you get around to watching that video of me reading the forums? I am actually surprised people seem to like it. I was expecting people to be like, meh. But people seem to like it, so. I'm actually kind of shocked by how much people seem to like it. I was very much expecting to put that video up and people be like, why are you uploading a video of you reading the forums when I could just go read the forums? But turns out that's not what people are saying, so. Yeah. Also, go cold poke. Ask a question like that, and I will very, very much hesitate to give you a proper answer. So if you actually want to know more about game, ask interesting questions. Don't just be like, is this discount DF? That's just mean to the person who works very hard making this game. And no, it's really not. It's really, really not, in fact. The thing is, they don't just go read the forums. Yeah, because forums are old. Who wants to use forums? Old people technology. Unfortunately, Reddit has just kind of like made forums less relevant. If anything, like Tarn should do a monthly AMA on the subreddit, but you know. You're off to bed? You have a good cheese. I mean, bed. Rolf, cheers. Man, it is warm in those bedrooms. 64 total, up and down. So top is 64. Bottom is 1. That's your little depth marker. You thought Reddit was forums? Nope. Bay 12 Game forums are the forums. Reddit is a technically a unofficial endeavor. They are forums, but they are not the forums. Like Bay 12 Games forums are separate from Reddit. Like, i.e., Tarn doesn't ever look at Reddit, but he certainly looks at the forums. I mean, yes, Reddit in general, sure, but Reddit is not an official news source for Dwarf Fortress. Yes, no, they literally are, but one is officially supported by the Bay 12 Games team, and then the other isn't. So a lot of people don't actually realize that the Bay 12 Games forums exist. I don't know. They just seem to show up. Reddit is millennial Usenet. I mean, it's slightly more organized than Usenet, but you're not too far off. It's either that or millennial dig. I don't see. Here's the thing: no one in Gen Z is on Reddit, really. Reddit is kind of like it's not a young audience on Reddit. I feel like Gen Z is more like fucking Tumblr. In fact, I would almost argue that something like Discord is more akin to Gen Z stuff, but. Where are the wall vampires? I don't even think this game has vampires. There are weird tombs that you'll find underground with zombies in them. So that's fun. Like you'll go digging and then like 15 ancient beings will just like wake up and murder you. Which is a good time. I don't know, I was trying to find your equivalent. Not many things have wall vampires. Some things have wall chickens, though. A nightmare. That's what brown recluse. An absolute fucking nightmare. What are you doing? Oh, you're planting stuff. Oh, well that would explain a lot. Chickens can't do forestry jobs, I would think. A lot of children that are incapable of doing the things I want them to do. So we'll give that to you. There you go. Go plant trees. What you're saying is it was all the smart people nerds and there wasn't that much going on and that much traffic in Usenet. Yeah. No, I've never actually used Usenet. I've stumbled in, I've looked at old Usenet rooms via Internet Archive, but that's about it. I was too young for any of that. Elderberry. Something your mother. Let's go grab that. Just wild elderberries are growing. Should really make a distiller pretty soon. Kind of been putting that off. Yes, but do you use net? I only use one when catching fish. Sorry, it was right there. I had to do it. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm lying. How goes Odd Fortress? It's pretty odd. Pretty odd. About to make a underground distiller. Actually, I'm about to just dig out a big old chunk of underground and then do things with it. I'm gonna put a distillery in here though. That's kind of fucked up. My bad. There we go. I should just be able to build that. But your mom was an academic. Well, that's fair. You're not... Clino's making himself seem old, but he's not that old, is what he's saying. But, Magna, we're doing all right. We're just chilling. Watching little odd dudes run around and do odd things in the odd realm. And Owl have appeared on the map. Yeah, that's one thing that's like, that I have to like retrain my old dwarf brain into doing in this game is planting trees. It's like you'd never think to plant trees in Dwarf Fort. Who needs to plant trees? Fucking useless trees. This game you have to fucking plant trees. And if you don't, well, better not have any need for wood. It's more of a lake town or a river town than a port. Kind of in this little valley with a little lake in the middle with rivers going either way. I guess that still technically counts as a port. Building our bedrooms in a stacked variety here. Forestry is the industry of growing trees. Although I have a feeling that if we were given the ability to grow trees in Dwarf Fortress, certain players would have a little conniption fit because that's too elfy. Silly, I would call that. What if you grew fungi wood in the caves? I mean, you don't need to. They just grow back immediately by themselves. Would be kind of fun if you could plant enough trees to make a wall, though. Just a grown wall. Not without mods, you can't. Carefully killing the wrong saplings, yep. And placing down floor tiles or something. Oh, I'm just not plant. Oh, no, also to be clear, Nether, I'm talking about Dwarf Fortress, not this game. You can absolutely plant them next to each other. I did down here. I'm just doing them in a little pattern up here because it's visually pleasing to my eyeball. That timing. What have we here? No one comes around here without paying the iron tax. What are you going to ask me this time? 2 roots? Oh, never mind. Bandits. Bandits? Bandit. Bandito. Even my chickens are coming too. That's how dedicated they are to the cause. I need to select everybody and not the chickens. Because apparently I can't tell them to do the murder with chickens. Which is a little disappointing, I want to be honest. Go do the murder. Okay, so they are attacking something. I'm not sure what. Oh, you're mine. You run away. Okay. Oh, no! My person has died in combat. Now the other person is up on the top of the wall. There's another one somewhere around here. I'm not sure where they are, though. Why can't I ever find the unit screen? Hostile. All right, all hostile duties are dead. And I can loot the stuff. Also, I don't know why I didn't do that with my stuff earlier, but apparently I can do that with my stuff. How's the game? It's neat. It's still Odd Realm. I don't know if you're familiar with the game at all, but it's kind of a a lighter Dwarf Fortress, but also at the same time does enough differently that it's neat. It's focused on a lot of town building. Pretty basic combat, admittedly. But some of the stuff that you can find underground is pretty neat. Plus, some of the stuff you can do with the construction model is also pretty neat. And it's cheap, so it's easy to recommend on that. I enjoy the game quite a bit, Acid Kiss. For them to gather free-range plump helmets and long... I mean, yeah, you can do that for sure. I do that all the time, but I don't consider that to be like a designated tree farm. Like, I can't select a pattern and they will grow in that pattern. I can't tell my dwarves to go plant saplings. That's just simply preparing an area so that wild trees grow. That's not the same thing, in my opinion. But yeah, no, unfortunately this game suffers from being a bit clunky in places. Which is kind of unfortunate. That being said, I do still like this game. Do still like this game a whole lot. You want kind of a light town builder that takes a bit from RimWorld, takes a bit from Dwarf Fortress, and manages to have quite a bit of depth on its own. I think the developer described this game once as trying to be more like Terraria than Minecraft, if that makes any sense. Where a lot of the depth is going to be found from digging deep down and finding weird critters underground and them giving you little goals to complete. It's going to be where the game goes eventually, but right now it's just a fun little town builder with 2 different races and more than enough content for the asking price. And I'm interviewing the developer on Monday. Well, that's when I'm recording it anyway. It's going to go up on the YouTube channel when it's done being edited. And of course, up early for people on my Patreon. And I'm grabbing footage, which is part of the reason I'm streaming this. Yes, no, alas indeed, Clino. Alas indeed. But yeah, considering the game is like $8 right now, this game's easy to recommend. Wait, chicken, go back where you're supposed to be. There you go. I also like it because it scratches the same itch that Dwarf Fortress does without actually just straight up cloning Dwarf Fortress, which I think is really cool. Not a lot of games do that. Everybody just tries to straight up clone DF, which it's hard to do. I can't think of a single game that has attempted to clone DF and has done it successfully. How come I can't build floors there? What? Confused. Oh, actually, I know why. It's gonna need a connector. Rip Nomoria indeed. Have you played in Nomia, Zalaro? Although I don't think that thing's actually hit No Moria feature levels yet, which is kind of incredible considering how long that thing's existed. The developers stopped developing it because they ran out of money. Yeah, it's a mess. I was just curious if you were aware of it. Completely agree with that. Yeah, no, No Moria's been dead for like 5 years or something. That's the problem with these style of games, is because of the amount of depth that developers try and achieve by cloning Dwarf Fortress. Because like oh, in order to make a game like Dwarf Fortress, you're automatically competing with Dwarf Fortress, right? Well, in order to have that level of depth, 6, 12. Okay, so in theory, I could get rid of these beds in here and make this room into something else, which I'm going to do. I'm going to make this in, well, actually, make this upper floor up here into a distillery, so let's do that first. That or I can make a clother. Let's do a clother. Let's do a clother. And a distillery. This needs a stool, a barrel, and a still. Oh, man. Well, I can queue that up. And then this needs... the clother needs... needs a loom and a spinning wheel. I feel like I was talking about something. I completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, they all try and copy Dwarf Fortress level of features, which is virtually unachievable if you're trying to... It's virtually impossible to do what Tarn Adams is doing without crowdfunding the game. Unless you have a successful Patreon, you're basically screwed because you'll eventually run out of money. Devs just cut it and never heard anything about running out of money. Oh, really? I heard that they ran out of money was the reason they gave for cutting it, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, no, totally. It's like, what if DF but? It's nothing DF, like DF. Yeah, actually, honestly, most of those games, Clino, are just, what if DF but? And then they do everything except for like the basic colony management stuff differently. And then advertise it as something that's like Dwarf Fortress. And then they make a buttload of money. Like another game that recently did that, Going Medieval. That game is light on mechanics, even like compared to RimWorld, which is very light on mechanics. It's like RimWorld is such a basic fucking game. Although my favorite one is Space Haven, just because of how much it's not like DF and how much it's like The Sims. Well, I mean, the thing that makes DF unique, which is why I don't really compare even this game to DF, is like, the thing that makes Dwarf Fortress unique is the world generation. The only other game that I can think of off the top of my head that has similar levels of world generation that could actually be considered a game is Caves of Cud. Outside of that, it's like Ultima Ratio Regum, which isn't even a game. So... you legit thought that No Moria needed more enemy types around the threats, but God, did I like it. I liked the perspective of No Moria. You'll have to check that out. Go check out Going Medieval. More accurately, Kleno, it's a RimWorld-like that's 3D. Like, fully polygonal. But it actually has like a team of 10 or so behind it. So it actually has like a studio with money and a budget and a publisher and... That's already happened, actually, Windatar. Someone made that mod. If you want to play Dwarf Fortress in Caves of Cud, that exists. I want someone to do that with Cogmind, actually. Where you're just, like, programming a bunch of robots to do your bidding. I feel like that would be fun. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum. No, totally, Zalaro. Totally. I don't know. I don't know. Promised you lunch with Tarn and Brian Becklew of Caves of Cud. I want to talk with Brian Becklew at some point. He seems like a fun fellow to chat with. Also, it's not if conventions come back, it's when conventions come back. Come on, please. They will. There is conventions planned in California for July. So there is a gaming convention happening in California this coming July. So yeah, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Yes, the end of this month. This July. It's like the 18th or something. I also forgot it was July. I thought it was still June. Don't at me. We're only on the 3rd day of the month, okay? Brian Becklew is like the only reason I log into Twitter every 2 weeks. It's just to see what he's on about. July, I think. Raskin? Weird. Subscriptions got cheaper for me. Anyway. Honestly, I feel like if I tweeted as frequently and fervorishly as he did, I think I would lose my mind and end up in an insane asylum. I'm just double checking when that convention that I was reading about is happening. Yeah, it's July 24th. It's supposed to be 500 people are going. So it's a very small convention. But still. But fucking still. But then again, in Europe, they had what, 45,000 people in one arena watching a football game? So This is the world we live in. Although I guess the thing I need to remember is that fucking California is ahead of the rest of the world by like 3 or 4 months. So like global COVID cases? Or COVID cases out of that one event, Freskins. Because global, holy fuck. Just out of that event, it's pretty good. In Scotland specifically? I feel like that's better than I thought it would be, but still kind of sucks. Just come up with idea. Yeah, just you could make a business out of selling ideas that Brian's Twitter is. Also, I specifically went and had to log into Twitter the other day to see about the people that were attempting to, or the dude who was attempting to dox Brian on Twitter, and it was very funny to just read through. It's like, man, this Brian gives no shits. Holy crap. Dude doesn't give a fuck. I mean, there's only like 70 people in Scotland, so that can't be that bad, right? Oh, hey, one of my trees grew. This is one of my planted trees right here. Clother. Can make linen cloth. I'm assuming if I make linen cloth, then from there, I can make other things. To 1 out of 70 Scots being infected. Yeah, basically. They when the Scots make you want to make you think that there's more of them, they just run in circles around a building. So it looks like an endless stream of Scots, but there's really only 70 of them. I don't have anything against Scotland. I don't know why I'm just like going after Scotland like this. Yeah, there's really only 7 of them. There's probably like 7 Scots in this chat right now, based on odds. Scotland is Dwarf Fortress confirmed. Yeah, well, I mean, actually, now there you might have, now you might actually be onto some facts. I'm just gonna link some Canadian music in the chat right now. Their king lives under a hill. I don't know what's funnier about that. Is you saying that Scott's king lives under a hill, or you implying that the Scots have a king? I don't know what I should be laughing at harder in that out of that sentence. Actually, what we should do is we should stop linen boots and linen. What's wrong with linen shirts? I can make boots and leggings. Oh no, there's rats. I know, I need a cat, I guess. I don't know if I can queue them up like this, but I'm trying. How much linen do I have? I have it set to make X amount when needed, so probably not much. Well, they will replenish the linen supply as needed. I do, however, think that Finland doesn't exist, Stone. See, that's the key to a good conspiracy. Is in order to make it happen, you need to start talking about it. So we have to start claiming that Scotland has that myth so people will eventually believe it. That's how this works, right? I'm not going to lie. It's very hard to tell the difference between this Z level and the wood planks and this Z level. It's like they look identical. It definitely wouldn't fit on the flat Earth, no. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, just go to Google and type in Finland doesn't exist and click on feeling lucky and then fall down a rabbit hole. It's a good one. Trust me, it's a good one. Zalsar, thanks for the raid. What were you playing? What was your stream today? Cheers. No, Finland doesn't exist. If you fall down the rabbit hole, you too will eventually believe that Finland doesn't exist. In fact, I'm pretty sure Bellinair from Finland doesn't believe that Finland exists, and he lives in Finland. All of this is bullshit, to be totally clear. And no, I don't believe any of this hogwash. It is, however, hilarious. Played Cities Skylines, followed up by The Sims. Good shit. Sounds like a day. We're just playing Odd Realm. A game about building in a realm that is very odd. Also Ireland, but no Scottish kings seem to be using the asleep in a mountain myth format. Huh, well, the more you know. Just kind of did that. What JFK didn't actually get shot. His head just kind of snapped backwards and exploded. Sure. Yeah. Relatable. I do that every day. What's up, fool? This is Odd Realm. It's a little game that I am having a chat with the developer for on Monday. So there will be an interview that I'm doing going up on the YouTube channel sometime in the next 2 weeks. So I need footage. But this is a game that I've played quite a bit of over the years. It's a little town builder, kind of in the visual style of Dwarf Fortress. but it's going for kind of a different gameplay format than Dwarf Fortress, where Dwarf Fortress is all about world simulation and lots and lots and lots of in-depth mechanics. This game's about building a chill town and then digging underground and finding weird people to interact with and get goals and quests from. And it's fun. I quite like it. It's also like $8, so it's a very easy sell, in my opinion, for this game. Do tell, Stone. I will say this game kind of falls a little bit apart in the combat front, because the combat's a little clunky, is the way I would describe it. But the game itself is quite fun to just play. Besides, you can build super cutesy looking little towns. I mean, look at this thing. We're done like that. Little topographical map. You will absolutely dig strange quest giving people. You'll be like that, oh fuck, what's his name? That guy who like single-handedly pioneered the use of psychedelic toads in in Arizona, and ended up buying a missile silo and digging and trying to find hidden underground government tunnels for like the remainder of his life. I can't remember the name of the dude now. Yeah, I could totally imagine you like just buying land up in Northwest Territories and just digging a big hole. What are you looking for? The underground frog people! Which this game features, oddly enough. Bum-ba-dum. Doo-doo-doo. Also, the bugs in RimWorld? Bugs don't bug me. They do, however, skewer my head like it was a marshmallow. But they don't bug me. That's good. But yeah, no, this game's just super chill. I need to actually build a forge at some point soonish. Is actually using trees for a wall. Ironically, I'd be inclined to agree with you. That's also the last way I would ever play this game. But yeah, I feel like that would be like the easily abusable defense mechanism. Sort of like using drawbridges as the best defense in Dwarf Fortress. It's like, yeah, I mean, you could, but like, you won't have much fun if you do. You know what I mean? I think it maybe I'm too used to Dwarf Fortress, which is like maximum amount of clunkiness, but I don't think it's that bad building walls in this. Also, right, I dug out this. I totally forgot. Let's dig out more. Oh, right, this game has fly sounds. I forgot. Yeah, just don't forget to link the lever, absolutely. And then don't forget which lever you linked it to. That's the bigger problem that I have. Or if you hook it up to a pressure plate, just make sure you set it to the right size of units to trigger it, and not your own units. Otherwise, you'll end up with a lot of flat dwarves. Just gonna go query this all up. Actually, what I think I would do for a meta wall in this game is I would build one layer of dirt up and then just plant trees all the way along the one layer of dirt. I think that would be like the most broken fucking defense you could do in this game, based off of what I know of this game. Because then they can't climb it. Better do like a one layer smooth, like ornate stone wall for the beauty bonus. And it's a good wall in Minecraft too. Yeah, it's funny how these styles of games all have like similar metas. It's actually your plan next time you play. Maybe I'll do that if I settle in a ferocious biome next to scary shit, but I think I'm going to, because I'm going to be doing a lot of querying here. I think I'm going to dig down and dig down. Fill this out. Just put some food in it. After they're done digging out this. Yeah, I agree with that. Not being able to build like drawbridges or any kind of draw like gates or anything is kind of meh in this. I've never actually played Worm Online. There's a tall dirt wall with long houses built on top. I'm trying to like envision. I've never actually played Worm Online. I know quite a few people who do and did and have and still do, but I've never actually played it myself. I feel like I need... I mean, I haven't actually made any of these yet. Bit of a ways off from actually being able to make proper tools that are actually, you know, better. Digging through to penetrate in the high slope and the dirt protects against most ways. House could otherwise be broken into. That's, I don't know. I mean, I don't really play that style of game, but yeah, I can imagine it. I can imagine how that would work mechanically. Hey, Bobtron, what's up? It's good to see you. I hope that you as well. The Realm of the Odd is pretty good, I would think. Realm of the Odd is pretty alright. I'm very much enjoying it. Certainly enjoying my time in the Realm of the Odd. It's a very chill little game. Not super high maintenance. Especially considering I'm playing on the slow speeds. If I were to crank the speeds up to all of the speed, then certainly. A little bit more moment-to-moment busy, but... It's really quirky. I mean, Worm's kind of an old game. I used to know the community manager of Worm, and then he quit that job. Now he doesn't work there anymore. They weren't the best bosses, from what I could tell. Boom. What's that? Been assigned a profession. Look at that. I might be mistaken about this, but it seems like, at least it seems this way, the auto labor seems to be pretty intelligent in this game. Wum, bum, bum, bum. This is not the most efficient way to do this. It's like, oh yeah, you guys get to just climb over the wall every time you guys want to get over the wall. Well, I mean, how about instead of doing that, we go over here and build a bridge, shall we? Yeah, it certainly seems that way, Tether. Certainly seems that way. I don't know. I don't want to spread misinformation though, so. But it certainly seems that way. No, you can't remember his name. He must have been really hot then. Despite the grind. I know a few, like I said earlier, I know a few people with just like an absurd amount of time in Worm, online and unlimited. Oh, so you're one of them. Well, there you go. It's just like Albion Online to me. It's like, I don't know anybody who plays it, but when I run into somebody who does, they have 5,000 hours in that game. I couldn't even tell you what Albion Online is. I just know that it exists. But without people to play it with, it's really tough. Yeah, I mean, I don't play MMOs, so mostly because I'm not a huge fan of having to dedicate. Not necessarily. It's not that amount of time isn't the right word, but it's really difficult to. Full loop PvP, that sounds like a nightmare. It's just really difficult to dedicate time to an MMO and then also like expect people to just join me. I have enough metagame and grinding through just streaming on Twitch, let alone having to do that in a video game too. There's something about that just doesn't seem super fun. The gear tends to run cheap and be easy to replace. I mean, it would have to be in that kind of environment. But you think that there are full loop PvP games where losing your games is super, or losing your stuff is super punishing? Yeah, it's called roguelikes, but You know, minus the PvP part. Trust me, I really enjoy super punishing games. Like games don't need to be handholdy or easy even per se for me to enjoy them. I really like games that are intentionally punishing, but yeah, I know you mean MMOs. But there are certain types of games where I'm just like, I don't even see why other people would see the appeal in this, let alone me. Like, it's great if I see the appeal in a game and I enjoy it, but there are certain types of games where I'm just like, I don't actually see the appeal of this at all. Like, at least a roguelike, if you lose everything, it's your fault. You fucked up, you know? Okay, so once they dig into here, once they dig into down there, I'm going to put food down there. You still blame RNG? Really? Mm-hmm. Fair enough. It wouldn't work for a traditional roguelike. Pink Fluffy? Well, not the way Fool would want it. Although maybe we could do some Lost Flame runs if anybody wants to play that. It's been a minute. You also give in to RNG and don't develop skill, but there is no RNG in most roguelikes. It's all player-made decisions. I can't because I'm not good at games. Or typing. Fair enough. I mean, I'll have you know, I finished every single difficulty level in Mavis Beacon Teaches Typing 2. So I am, like, slightly above average at typing. Or I could play some Dungeon Mans. No, because it's not turn-based. It's a multiplayer bullet hell game with permadeath, but that's not a roguelike. There are plenty of run-based multiplayer games, but none of them are roguelikes. So calling them a roguelike is factually incorrect. Mavis Beacon speedrun. Never! I know a guy who who used to speedrun the typing of the dead. You could beat that game in like 30 fucking minutes. It was ridiculous. Yes, to be a roguelike, you have to be turn-based. Because in order to be a roguelike, you have to be like Rogue. You could be a run-based game and add whatever mechanics you want to on it. Be real-time or anything. But if you are a roguelike, then you have to be like Rogue. There's a reason we used to call Doom clones Doom clones. Because they were very similar to Doom. Doom, not Dune. Because they were very similar to Doom. But once they stopped being similar to Doom, they just evolved into first-person shooters. Roguelikes are specifically like Rogue. If you're not specifically like Rogue, then you're not a roguelike. You are a run-based game with possibly roguelike mechanics. But you are not a roguelike. Roguelite? Sure. That's a word you could use. I don't use that word, and the reason I don't is because it sounds way too similar and people confuse the two. As is the reason why the genre of roguelikes is almost completely slowly falling apart and dying because people misgenre it so much. Rogue-esque, I fucking hate that shit. I'll ban you, dude. Well, I won't. I'll time you out for 24 hours. Wayward, awful, horrible, terrible fucking worst goddamn control scheme I've ever seen in a video game. Caves of Cud is brilliant. Fucking love that game. In fact, I think we were talking about Brian Becklew earlier when you were here. He was one of the developers of Caves of Cud. That is funky looking. Did I? Yep, I built them all on the same level, that's why. Still looks funky, but Did I? No, I didn't do it. I thought I did. It looks like I built this stair underground. But yeah, I actually have a command for this. Songs of Six, I streamed for 3 days and then stopped because it makes my OBS crash. I had more crashes on my stream in those 3 days of streaming that game than I think I've ever had in my life. So then I tested streaming it again on my bot's account, and it continued to make my stream crash. I really like the idea of that game. It's really cool, but can't really play it, unfortunately. For which game? A lot of games have been mentioned in the last 20 minutes. Tether? Songs of Six? Oh, really? Huh. Glad to hear they're doing well enough to get a community manager. They really need to make their game streamable. Because Evil Trick, my friend, or one of my teammates, was streaming it for a while. And he was also having a lot of troubles. He was insisting it wasn't the game. I have a weird feeling it is. Just a weird feeling. And I very much blame the game. My blackberries are mature. Rated M for blackberry. I did, Tether. DM'd him on Twitter with a full paragraph of all my feedback, including that. And the response I got was a capital letter K. So, I did. Still waiting. It's kind of funny, actually. You look at streams of Songs of Six over the past couple of months, and every single one of them has like a couple of stream crashes in the middle. Most people just blame Twitch, but I don't know. Stream hasn't crashed since. How long ago? Why do you care? If you must know, 2 months ago. Just curious. You can get down, can't you? Yeah, I think they're stuck up there. It's weird. You'd think they'd be able to get to that ladder. Cat have appeared on the map. All right. Need to select a person. You. I don't know. You'd think that something like your game being unplayable for streamers would be a priority, but certainly didn't seem like it. I don't know. I've had people pester me to stream it again, and I'll stream it again once it becomes playable. Because it's not worth streaming if your stream's going to crash 4 times a stream. I mean, you do what you want to do. I already attempted to bug them about it. I wasn't thrilled. But I don't know. I don't like to just sit on stream and talk smack about things that I wasn't pleased with off stream, so makes me look bad. There we go. We have kitties now. Although I don't actually want them to live in that zone. I want them to just go free. Cat, you are free. You can go wherever. Cat's like invisible. Like I can only see its paws. All right, I just found the best sound effect in this game. Telling the cat to jump in the water. Or anywhere for that matter. All right, that's really stupid sounding. What do chickens make when I tell them to move around? Okay, this is great. Actually, this is the best video game ever made. Have you ever just like clicked on a chicken a whole bunch? The people don't sound that funny. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Good to know. Can't say that I have. I mean, now's a good time to start, pilot. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I made them go boom. I mean, touche. It already exists. It's called Egg Inc. I think. I'm pretty sure it's called Egg Inc. or like Egg Incorporated. I've played it. You tap a chicken coop and it makes chickens appear. I have tamed a chicken. I don't believe that that would be that difficult. Lock them in a barn and give them foodstuffs. Just like that, you have a tame chicken. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just saying to Hobo. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's called Egg Inc. And I want to say it's like actually a really good clicker. At least from what I remember, anyway. Cloud Realm is the perfect game. Yes. Thank you for clipping that. If you haven't, could you also stick that over on the Halcyon Frequency Discord audio? Please and thank you. You and Mario are pretty heavily addicted to it for a while. There's almost no end game after a bit. You just kind of run out of shit to do. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I think I want to say I played that for like a week and then was like, I need to stop. You know what's a game that I just realized that I own on Steam? That I totally forgot existed and is also not for sale on Steam? Does anybody remember Fuel? Apparently I played it in 2013. Anybody else remember Fuel? It's not for sale on Steam anymore. You can't even buy it. It's wild that there's so many games on Steam that just aren't on Steam anymore. It's weird as fuck. Also, welcome back, question mark, B-Lug? When you rank a game and you... Yeah, it's not like the old days where you just made a game. You actually have to support the game now. What is Fuel and why isn't it on Steam anymore? Fuel was a game that came out and the whole selling point for the entire game was that it had the biggest open world ever. Why isn't it for sale anymore? I don't know. I think it probably still has the biggest open world ever. It was like the map of that game was like their whole selling point was it was like 100 times the size of Grand Theft Auto, but it was just an open world racing game, kind of like what's the name of that game? It was like a post-apocalyptic off-road racing game. No, not like Forza. No. I'm trying to think of the name of it. They made 2 of them on the PlayStation. Maybe 3. Motorstorm. Kind of like Motorstorm, but nowhere near as good or as pretty. Very ugly looking. But it was just like an open-world racing game. An off-road open-world racing game. Now, like, whenever I see that and I'm like, oh, I own this game that's not available on Steam, I'm always tempted to just go fucking download it and play it. Just so I could be, like, the only person on Steam playing it. Is there anybody on Steam playing it right now? No, but according to this, the average players in the last 30 days for Fuel was 1.2. So there's no one playing it right now, but in the last 30 days, 1.2 people played Fuel. Whatever that means. I don't know how you could be 0.2 of a person, but... That's not a very good player base. I've got 14 hours in it, Angie. It was pretty good. I remember enjoying I remember it just being like dumb fun. That sounds like a video game that would exist, Ponce. Some Jim Crow math? I don't know who Jim Crow is. Should I know who Jim Crow is? Look at all those blackberries we picking. We still have to survive the fall, too, and the winter, when stuff stops growing. Yeah, and history was not my strong suit. It's like that in geography. I probably failed both of those classes. Sandbur? What? Oh, it's a grass. Okay. Ah, okay. That would be why I don't know who that person is. Gotcha. Sounds like something my mom wouldn't have taught me about anyway. Just want to dig out a dwarf. I might dig out a dwarf face. I mean, most people forget I'm homeschooled, but who cares? No, just like a dwarf face. I actually like the Canadian curriculum has very little to do with the Civil War of the US, oddly enough. If you want Civil War curriculum, you gotta leave Canada. Auto Assault, yes, that is a video game that NC Soft made, yes. Isn't there like, oh man, isn't there like a car combat MMO on Steam right now? Something, it's Crossout, isn't it? Yeah, it's Crossout. Pretty sure, right? This is, yeah, there is a car game MMO. This thing, Crossout. It's a vehicular combat MMO thingy. They offered me money once and I said no. I think it was specifically because they wanted me to play their Battle Royale mode, and I was like, nah. I disagree with that. I mean, there's lots of parts of history that Canada had nothing to do with, because Canada's like a baby as far as like country ages are concerned. But yes. It's one of those pay-to-win things. Yeah, no, it's very much a pay-to-win game. No. Magna. I'm just gonna say that, but feel free to Google. Fucking Death Track? Man. I played, I don't know if does this count as a car combat game? I played quite a bit of, I mean, there's been people in Canada for 300 years, but the country of Canada is nowhere near that old. Like, we settled in Canada roughly, like the British and the French settled in Canada like 300 years ago, but the country of Canada didn't form for a very long time. Meanwhile, Ponce is like a history enthusiast, I think, based on the size of that book that you read out of sometimes. You don't recall very much stuff about the U.S. in the public school system either? Yeah. No, I mean, I did the Canadian curriculum. I did the same curriculum as, like, kids in schools. It doesn't matter whether or not it's Canadian or American history. I did the same curriculum any Canadian kid would. The main thing was I don't recall almost like outside of, so the Americans had a civil war and some people were really racist and it was to end slavery, and that's basically like I think I learned a little bit about like the underground slave railroad and shit, but like outside of that it's like that was kind of it, and then we jumped straight to Martin Luther King and all that stuff. But as far as like just straight Civil War education goes, it's like I didn't get much. Like actual minute-to-minute happenings. I think partially it was also because like me and my sister weren't particularly interested in any of the wars, let alone the Civil War, so. I think I've probably learned more about the American Civil War from movies. There was at least 100 years of settlement before the U.S. declared itself a country. Yeah, I mean, it takes a while. You need a lot of people to consider yourself a country. Yeah, but Greenland isn't even in Canada. Greenland isn't even Canada. Who cares about fucking Greenland? No one. No one. They did also settle in Eastern Canada briefly. And Newfoundland. Also Newfoundland, yeah, as you also said. But fuck Greenland. Greenland doesn't matter. Nothing about Greenland matters. Aside from the part that it's melting and we need to stop it from melting. So maybe nothing about Greenland matters. Something about Greenland matters. Oh, I was kind of disappointed. For a second there, I thought like clicking every material made a different sound, and I was about to give this game even more brownie points. The only thing that I really genuinely love about Hearthstone is that everything in the Hearthstone board makes sounds or noises when you click it. It's like the most fun I actually had playing Hearthstone was just seeing all the things I could click. Yes, exactly. So much less important than Iceland. A stepping stone? Maybe a skipping stone, not really a stepping stone. Newfoundland definitely is a stepping stone to Canada. Greenland, I don't know. I hate trading card games. I played Hearthstone because all my friends played Hearthstone. So I played Hearthstone for a bit. I didn't even make it out of the beta of Hearthstone. I played Hearthstone for like 3 weeks. I tried to get into it because all my friends were playing it. And they never shut the fuck up about how great that game was, supposedly. And yeah, I found it boring as all sin. Come from away, opening number. Fair enough. I can't think about Newfoundland without thinking about like 80% of Great Big Sea's songs. Like, I think about Newfoundland and I just think, like, Mary Mac's mother's making Mary Mac marry me. It's literally the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, but that's because those games require friends. Palnova. Online, like, I really want to just, like, if I could do a thing, right? If I could go into video games history and stop every single person from making every single virtual card game ever, the world would be so much of a better place. People wouldn't think that roguelikes are deck builders are the same thing, because they're not. And people would stop making games that are fun physically to collect physically and not fun digitally. Instead, they're just clunky and annoying digitally. It's like, just give me a good turn-based combat system. Don't give me a fucking card system. Cards are fun physically because you get to hold cards. It's not fun on a goddamn screen because I just have to click a fucking... Just give me a button. God damn, just give me a fucking... Just... Ah! I hate card games. Awful. Take that, Tainted Grail, and fucking... Slay the Spire. Bah. I know people like those games. I don't understand. Cards Against Humanity is the worst game ever made. Change my mind. Cards Against Humanity is literally less interesting apples to apples. It's like, let's take apples to apples, clone apples to apples, and then just make it all about, like, borderline racist and butt humor. It's like, well, okay, so it's apples to apples for edgelords instead of actually funny people? Cool. You made a good video game. Or not video game. Card game. Very unique. I mean, Uno's fine. I don't know about it getting people killed, but Uno's fine. At least it's unique, unlike fucking Cards Against Humanity. I actually have, like, a personal vendetta against Cards Against Humanity. I fucking hate that game. It's actually personal, too. DOS? I've used MS-DOS, but I don't think that's what you're talking about. Nope. Unless that's just a bad fucking pun. Unos dos. I can't tell if that's just a dad joke or not. Look it up. I'd rather not. Because I absolutely don't care. So I believe you. I don't care, though. There are games that are worth my time, and then there are games that are not. Used to work in a game store, so you played many games. Fair enough. Sorry about the unpopular comments I'm making about card games, but to be totally fair, I understand physical card games and enjoy physical card games. It's specifically digital card games that I do not enjoy. Because most of the fun derived from those games is the people that you enjoy them with. So you remove that aspect and you remove like 80% of the fun. Oh, there's more bad physical card games than good, let's be honest. There's a reason people only know the names of half, like, a dozen maybe card games. I will play them, but I won't play them of my own volition. I will play them for work. I do not actually particularly enjoy playing tabletop simulator games. Like, I play them with my team for Halcyon After Hours, and it's fun because it's with my team. But I will not, like, just sit down and play those games with randoms. I won't even play those games with family. Like, I have no interest in that. Those games are made fun by the people you play them with. The games themselves are dull as dishwater. It's like, I could fucking play Ticket to Ride online against people, but I'd rather not. Isn't that just like... Wait, so when you say over-the-shoulder game, isn't that just basically like... Well, I guess Mordhau isn't first person, but wouldn't that just be like a Mordhau mod? I don't even know what that is. Crow? Why did my brain replace that S with a Z, Magna? You know what I'm saying? So you can't physically be with them? Yeah, see, like, I don't have friends. Like, I think that this is something that people don't, like, fully comprehend about me. I genuinely don't have any friends. It's like, I know a very small handful of people in real life, and then the rest are all just, like, virtual. And if I'm going to play a video game with a friend online, I'm going to play a good video game. I don't want to play fucking Monopoly. I don't want to fucking play some... You're about to die. Well, no, you didn't. You swam out. No, Monopoly's bad. That was just the first board game that popped into my brain. Monopoly's awful. You know, if you asked me that 2 years ago, I would have agreed with you, Tether Noir. If you asked me that 2 years ago, I would agree with you. Could not disagree more now. No offense, Hobo. An audio. Nothing personal, I swear. Online friends are great and all, but it's not the same. Cry, but I agree. I mean, Hobo, if you lived up the street, hell yeah. But you headed to bed, Hank? I hope you enjoyed the game. Cheers. You're too young. Let's give you Forrester. Have a good dinner. I can't either, but that just makes getting real life friends more difficult. So I live in a world where I'm considered to be micro famous on the internet by people. A fire has started. Oh, brilliant. Where? That fire? How do I put the fire out? I mean, it's spreading. Oh, okay. They just threw water on it. Perfect. I didn't even know that could happen. splort, I guess. Where was I? Yeah, anyway, I live in this world where I'm micro-famous on the internet. And I live alone, and I work from home. Combine that with the pandemic, and just life being as it is. I don't have much in common with most people. I don't have many similar interests with most people. I can't even relate to people on a career level. People who I do have similar interests with me immediately start interrogating me because they want my job. And so because of that, it's extremely difficult to actually relate to or get to know anybody. Because the few people who I do have things in common with immediately want something from me, or immediately start acting like they want something from me, or they want advice, or all they want to do is talk about my job. So the result of that is, and combine that with not really having very many friends to begin with, combine that with, just not knowing many people, it is almost goddamn impossible to make new friends. And so the result is the last 2.5 years of my life are probably the most successful 2.5 years of my life. In theory, should be some of the happiest years of my life, but it's the polar fucking opposite. It's really hard to explain to anybody who's not in this position, but people in this position generally fully agree. And as much as people who are self-described introverts get, which I am not, I'm also not really an extrovert, but I'm also not an introverted extrovert, which doesn't exist, and don't let anybody tell you it does, because it doesn't. They will immediately just tell me, or tell me that, oh, you're just an introvert, like you don't really need to be around people or whatever. It's like, no, everybody needs to be around people somewhat. We're social creatures. If you're not around people, then you lose your empathy and you slowly go insane. Like, in order for our brains to maintain functionality, we need to be around other people. Even passively. So, and to anybody who's perfectly happy living alone and being alone, I am extremely jealous of you. I'm gonna build a tower out of stone when I'm done collecting all this. I think I'm actually gonna replace the walls in here with stone. Whoa! Game. We're the bandits and we're here to say give us your gold or start to pray. Ain't no joke, hands in the air, or it's time to cough, die. Cough. Right, die. Yeah, you're gonna go boom. Nailed it. Let's zoom in. Where are you? Get him! Run away! Or don't. That's one person down. Alright, we'll just kill this person instead. He's got far better armor than we do. Let's just move down here so he has to come down. Just move up here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You too. Back up, you fucking idiot. Okay, this'll work then, I guess. Hey, yay. Oh, hey, sheepies. Whoop. Like, no, you. Go tame that person. Or that, not that person, that thing. It was 2 banditos. And they are my friend now. There you go. Go tame it. No, because it's not Celsius and it's not Fahrenheit. It's asters, represented by an asterisk, which is like an even more simplified version of the metric system. Nope, I am not killing them. I am taming them. It's the same animation for killing them as it is for taming them. Trust me. I thought it was shocking too. But yeah, anyway, I apologize for the kind of depressive rambles, but like, I am genuinely envious of anybody who's just like, oh yeah, no, I don't need people. Fuck you, that's what. Life would be so simple. That guy fishing? Which guy? Probably was gathering water if it was right here. I mean, they only have 1 animation, right? So odds are pretty good that they are, odds are pretty good. If they're doing something close to water, they're gathering water. Chicken has been tamed. There we go. Squeakin' have appeared on the map. Ben Swine has been given a profession. You're just mad you can't punch water to get serious work done? I mean, I wish that, like, punching stuff built things. Make building things so much easier. Like, imagine you built houses by just, like, going outside and punching wood. Wouldn't that just be great? Just, like, you walk past a construction site and it's just a bunch of, like, people working on the construction site and they're just, like, all doing Rocky training montages. No, except I'm talking real life. Well, I guess I guess that's just Rust. I guess that's just Rust. All looking at like exactly, all looking like Mike Tyson up in here. I don't think that that's going to drown me, but I guess we'll find out if I made an oopsie. Oh, well, that wasn't what I intended to do. I was trying to just simply change the priority level, but, well, rip me, I guess. Oh, hey, it's autumn. This means the trees are going to change color. What, punching into submission? I mean, probably.
Seems like I picked a bad week to give up swimming.
Yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Isn't it like normal weather where you're at, though? Why did you change the priorities, game? Yeah. Coffee, what up? I've been drinking iced coffee all week, and I feel like a criminal. Iced coffee's gross. It's just not the same. Hope you're doing well. Sounds lovely, coffee. Can I come? That sounds great. I could use some balmy 10C. Actually, it's been pretty cool. I think today was like 25C. Yeah, today we peaked at 28C, which is much better. You see, I would agree with you. Yeah, it's 28C outside right now. I would agree with you, but then I had the weather we had this weekend. And now I've been drinking iced coffee, which sucks because I use twice as much coffee grounds. So I go through coffee at twice the speed. Cold brew is a thing. I don't like cold brew because I like the acidicness of coffee. And cold brew loses that. Unless I'm making cold brew wrong, maybe? I don't know. But regardless, thank you very much for the 43 months coffee. Have I known you that long? I guess I have to have. Jesus. Fucking time flies now. One time oh, is this a caffeine one-upping contest? Well, my daily dose of coffee and caffeine. When I was working full-time, this would have been basically 2014 and, well, actually about 2013 until about 2015. I was doing this almost daily. I was taking caffeine pills, 2 a day. Each one was the equivalent to about 4 cans of Red Bull. I was drinking between 4 and 8 cups of coffee. I would have a cup of tea with black tea in the morning. I would also drink between 1 or 2 Red Bulls or cans of NOS, depending on what we had on hand, while at work. That was when I was working full-time night shift and streaming full-time. Probably took years of my life, but hey, I got this job out of it, so that's pretty cool. very super okay with that. I'll have you know I have a heart condition. But I mean, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have this job. I am so sorry that you've had to do that. So wait. Sorry, I'm just like trying to figure out all the different chicken sounds and how to activate them. Very important in-game research. But that's backpacking, though. Everybody eats things they're not proud of when they're backpacking. Random berries, human feces. Coffee grinds. 7 brews, but you weren't on that trip? God, I hate backpacking. I like hiking. Not a big fan of, like, more than one night out backpacking. It's like, we have society for a reason, yo. Pumpkins? Fuck yeah, dude. I don't know what stone leaf is, but I think I should pick it. Is this stoned leaf or stone leaf? Sure, it's got some use, so I'm picking it. Well, Warcraft was the game where you clicked on sheep enough they would explode. I'm not sure if that's what you're thinking of, though. I love the little tidbit that all the trees change color in the fall, and the days get shorter in the fall in this game. Maybe you smoke it? I mean, I bought some of that yesterday. Different kind of stone leaf, but it's pretty good. It's nice and lemony, actually. It's kind of got like this peppery lemon kind of texture to it. It's lovely. Very nice aroma, too. I'm sure the neighbors love it. Yeah, Warcraft 3 was sheep. That's like the one thing I remember from Warcraft 3. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon, if you click on the balloons enough, they pop, but that's a little different than, you know, exploding. What is that? A snoot! Can I boop that snoot? Or is the snoot tameable? Snoots are tameable! I'm gonna tame that snoot. Oi. Tame that snoot. Snoot's been tamed! Go tame another snoot. They really need to give the game another animation for taming animals. Because it does look like I'm killing them. Their health bar even goes down. Except they then get a heart above their head instead of dying. Do, 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 do. You literally just beat them to nearly death and then they're tame. And then they become your friend. I'm just gonna beat you within an inch of your life and strangle you and then You marry me, right? Wait. I think I'm going to go back to the Stardew Valley way of just figuring out exactly what they like and then just buying them that gift. I feel like that's a much healthier relationship to start off with. It's just creepy and controlling instead of abusive. Video games teach us such good habits, chat. No one says that video games make you violent ever. No. And they definitely don't, and they have no proof of that, okay? Oh, it's because I have to harvest all these. Get that shit done. Harvesting, that's the job I need people doing. So now that we've been playing it for a day, what do you guys think of this here video game? Just to give you an idea on how little time passes in this game, we haven't even finished a year yet. We're not even a year in. We're still on the first year, technically. We have 11 people. We lost 2. There's 15 animals, and we got 99 plus raw food. You probably wouldn't notice the updates. I definitely do. You gotta dig to find the odd stuff. Like, as I said, the last time I played this game, I dug down early just to see what I would find, and I ran into a weird talking frogman. Cats have the best sounds, though. That's almost a cat jam. Yeah, no, the odd stuff is underground. You gotta dig. Do 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 do. Rather than down, build down. Build down, all the way down. That's where the fun is. You gotta dig down to find the fun. Much like Dwarf Fortress, if you want to find exciting things like tombs with ancient evils and weird friendly frog wizards, you gotta dig down. Gotta go down. Gotta be like that meme, and just like that meme, you gotta go down. If you don't go down, well, never gonna find fun. Do 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 do. It do go down. It's one of my favorite memes from the past few years, and I'm not a big fan of memes. 4 new blueprints. Pog. I can now. Oh, stone leaf is used for clothing. Cool. Do 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 do. New, new, new. New, new, new. New, new, new. You want to know how to not have trouble with the werebeast? Pasture a bunch of animals in front of your front door, and when the werebeast shows up, lock the door. It'll be distracted by the animals and will probably turn into a killable critter before it's done, like, figuring out the fact that you locked your door, and will go kill your livestock instead of your dwarves. That's how you deal with the first werebeast. Super goddamn easy. Just build a door, put a burrow behind it, and lock it. Ooh, my Soul Ash interview hit 1,000 views. That's kind of cool. And end up with a loyalty cascade? I mean, just expel the person who got bit? Maybe? I don't know. I don't find werebeasts to be difficult to deal with at all, but I know I'm not the norm in that case. Most people find them very difficult to deal with. I find them weirdly easy to deal with because I know exactly how to deal with them. But it's literally just as simple as lock the door. And expel everybody who got bit. In fact, I would say that the caverns are harder than werebeasts because the caverns are full of things that can just break your doors, right? I like the rain sounds in this game. Rain sounds in this game are pretty good. Sup, Adra? I'm doing pretty okay. The drummer of one of my favorite bands, or if not my favorite band, passed away, unfortunately. She's the drummer of Hum. Makes me sad. So aside from that, I'm doing pretty okay. That part's a bit of a bummer, though. Let's say, why were you just hanging out down there? So yeah, it's been a bit of a somber few day or so, but outside of that, doing okay. getting kind of hungry, though. And I have been streaming for 8 hours and 15 minutes. Don't know how much later I'm going to go here. Because I slept in today and started an hour late, so this is getting close to me normal end time. It's been a tough one, yeah. It's been a tough one for everybody. Unless your name's Bezos, then it's been pretty great, frankly, most likely. Actually, I don't know. I'm not Bezos, so I don't know what his life is like, but I'm assuming if your name is Bezos, you're probably pretty okay. Snoot is now an elder. Do they die really quickly? That's sad. Beslin D has not been assigned a profession. It's because you weren't an adult the last time I looked. Yeah, no, it's definitely been a rough one. It's definitely been a rough one. You didn't realize it's been that long? I mean, well, you've been following me since 2017, right? So, how many days between now and 2017 have there been? And how many hours in a day? You can actually figure out how many hours how many hours you watch me a day. Actually, I think you're like number pretty close to the most tickets. Hold on, let's see. You're actually number 2 for the most tickets in the channel. And the person in front of you hasn't watched this stream since 2018. So, yeah. Odd Realm, you mean? It's fixing stuff in the code. I can't imagine how chaotic it would be if you would release content and then find bugs and then fix them and work on content and find bugs, etc. Yeah, no, totally. I mean, it's... Development of this game is slow, but it makes sense as to why. But thanks for hanging out for the stream, Hanagram. It's just nice that people tune in to my weird stream of weird games not many people know about. I wouldn't be able to do this if people didn't watch. I'm literally only able to do this because people watch. Yeah, Oddworld is about Abe and his Odyssey, right? Odysseys? Odysseas? Odysseus? Audacious. Maybe it's because you don't use tickets that often. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Just get a few lucky all-ins and then forget about them. Yeah, I unless there's any complaints, I might do a full day of this again tomorrow. Just because I kind of need more footage. I haven't even really started digging yet. Although I've been doing a pretty good job building this little quaint town. You were at work at the time and you had a different name, and your previous name was a certain slaughter cult. You'd prefer another stream? So just as long as there's another stream, you're not going to complain? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying a different game? Because I'm not sure what that means exactly. I mean, people are very easily frightened by usernames, apparently. Another stream of this? Yeah, well, I need more footage, so. We'll work our way through winter. Fresh eggs. It's pretty pog. I like the fact that I remember your previous username, though, Adra. There's just certain usernames that have stuck in my head, and Texas Slaughter Cult is one of them. The other one that has stuck in my head over the years is definitely not Hitler, which is someone who still watches this stream from time to time under a different username because, well, Twitch informed him he had to change it or they would ban him. And to those of you who remember, Bible thumps in chat for IFAP to Quill 18. RIP IFAP. He's a good dude who came around the stream almost every day, and then Twitch banned him for having an inappropriate username. Someone just died? I had 12 people. I feel like I should make a remains stockpile. Let's put that over here. I was on Slaughter Lane in Austin. Man, someone should start a suicide cult in Slaughter Lane in Austin. Someone should do that. That's just too perfect. What's up, Angry Ram? On this stream, yes, once. Not for very long though. It was one of those, I need to learn some of this off stream, and then turned it off and then never went back. Holy crap. There's a large amount of wild animals over there. I should probably make another animal coop. But why do you ask? I've put it into my Patreon, because I do Patreon polls where patrons get to vote on games. And I put it in once and nobody voted on it, so. The people did not want Keeper RL, but I'll put it back in. I skipped it this month because I'm super busy with things. I'm playing this right now because I'm interviewing the developer of this game on Monday. I'm recording it, and it's going to go up on YouTube hopefully within a week or two. Then on the 15th of this month, I am interviewing Tarn Adams of Dwarf Fortress fame. Yes, it is, Andrew. So Tarn Adams will be joining me on the stream at 3 p.m. Pacific on Thursday the 15th. And then the VOD will go up on YouTube the next day at 1 p.m. Pacific. Once I'm done editing it and schedule it and all that. Yep, I've had Tarn on the stream 3 times before, so it'll be the 4th time he's joining me. Yeah. All those VODs are on YouTube. Do. Do I even have anybody set to cooking? Not really primarily. What's that? Ah, you're making tomac fries. Okay, there you go. We actually have cooking happening. Well, I'm interviewing them, similar to this. Here, let me show you an example of one of the interviews I've done. This is a video of me talking with Hugh Millward. Can I just say that the URL to that video is really funny? To me. Like, really funny. Just stare at it for a minute. Some things you just can't make up. The benefit of that one, Angry Ram, is in Canadian pesos currently it is $5.39, meaning it's probably like $3. And yes, it deserves the overwhelmingly positive reviews. I feel like if you have similar taste to games as me, or similar taste in games as me, watching my stream is a bad financial decision. I have this like magical ability to just make people accumulate games that they don't have time to play. I'm not sure if that's a blessing or a curse. I think it means I'm doing my job title of influencer correctly. I am influencing you into making good video game purchasing decisions. Also, while you're at it, don't support Ubisoft. Don't buy games from Activision. Don't support EA Games. You've been watching for 2 minutes and you already want to buy 2 games. Hey, at least they're both less than $10. Unless it's Anno, yeah, fuck Anno. Terrible fucking video game. I'm actually not joking. Fuck Anno. I got so mad at the most recent Anno. Fuck that game. If they would just stop trying to make it a goddamn RTS. Actually, no. Just fuck Ubisoft unless it's Trackmania. That's the actual good Ubisoft game. Anno's terrible. I'm kind of exaggerating, but... Just don't play with AI, so don't play with half the video game? They still want you to drive boats around and shit. But no, I don't agree with that. Anyway, end of discussion. I like the fact that the colors and the map change with every season, Adra. So like it's fall right now, right? So I mean it's dark, so you can't really see, but like the grass changes to like a brown, and the trees like change to orange if they're not evergreens. And then in the winter, snow falls, and it actually piles up and can make your walls useless. So I actually have to like clear the snow and shit. It's kind of neat. And also, like, if you overhang stuff, like I have an overhang here, the grass underneath stops growing, which is kind of neat. Yeah, the lighting is like really, really, really good in this game. There's a lot of really neat little mechanics in this game. They're all really cool. And the chickens make funny sounds. One of those sound effects almost sounds like Donkey Kong Country. Pitched up slightly. Yeah, take a peek at the sun coming up. 5 a.m. And 6 a.m. Fog. The birds chirping. The dedication to atmosphere in this game is phenomenal. Oh. Hello there. I travel far and wide looking for the best goods. Would you like to see my wares? Absolutely, trader. Bloom. Please buy these bones. I could sell them all of the dirt. I think I'm going to sell them all of the dirt. Thanks for all of the money. I've seen better wares in the trash, but here we are. What are you looking for? Not that stuff that I just gave you. I'll buy all your chicken meat. Invoker Atronium. Let's buy your iron leggings. Maybe not all of the apple cider because I can't afford all of it. But I'll buy some apple cider. I'll definitely buy a couple apple pies. Roasted Vitrix meat? Sure. Wheat bread? Absolutely. I'll gladly take that pair of pants you got. I hope you like that, you simpleton. Asshole. Farewell, friend. I shall grace your life with my wonderful wares and bring joy to this land. Once again, ta. Can now make 2 more recipes because I have the ingredients. But yeah, no, I'm glad that people who like the games that I like go off and then buy the games that I like because it means I'm doing my job. Or go and try out games that I like. There's few things that make me happier in having this job than people buying and supporting the games that I enjoy playing and developers stating that they notice it. It's like so much of this industry has just kind of become almost pyramid schemey of developers just trying to like coerce us into playing their games, and it's like, man, It's just nice to be able to surprise and make somebody who's working very hard on a thing that they really care about happy. It's just nice to be able to do that. Not a lot of industries where you get to do that. It's getting cold, man. Let's just get those done first. Howdy, Ozzy. How's things? Long fucking day at work. I mean, if you only just got back, no kidding. But fantastic otherwise. Well, that's better than I've been in years. That's not totally true. That's better than I've been in months. Eight a.m. to 7:30 p.m. I've had some work days like that pretty recently. Yesterday was my day off, and I ended up working like 6 hours. I edited a video. I know everybody's asking me to do them monthly, so I put together a video of me reading the Future of the Fortress posts by Tarn over in the Dwarf Fortress forums. And people are happy with it, so I guess I'm doing that monthly. Also need just a garbage pile, which I'm going to put up there. They all start running over there, meaning I guess there's a bunch of stuff that needs to go in the garbage pile. Looks like it, yep. Because, I don't know, I've been playing DF for a while, but it's funky to me that people consider me to be some DF, like, crazy expert. It's like, I mean, I know how to play the game, but, I don't know, I don't really think of myself as, like, a scientist or something, you know? People seem to treat me like I am one, but I guess I must be better at the game than most. Knowing the game is already a step ahead of many, I guess. The more I learn about the game, the more boggled I am that more people don't know it. Which is the reality. I mean, you're probably right. DF, you've played the game that's more than some experts. You're not wrong. There are some people who go around educating people about Dwarf Fortress who've literally never played it. It's like, well, what have you done? I've read all of the fan fiction. Yeah-huh. All right. I know everything about Marvel. I've only read the smut fiction. I know everything about Harry Potter, and I've only read Ron and Hermione fiction on fanfiction.net. Is it fanfiction.net or fanfiction.org? I haven't been on any of those websites in a very long time. And the last time I was on that website was to look up a reference. Just wanted to confirm it was right. It was right. It's boring. I wouldn't say it's hard. Well, it's not that it's boring. It's just there's a lot of it. It's daunting, actually, is probably the better way to put it. Wouldn't say it's necessarily hard, though. Tedious. Yeah, there you go. Tedious. It's more just tedious convincing people that I know what I'm doing. The worst part about Long Death is the people who come in who just tell me to, oh, just kill that person, or just kill that dwarf, or like, oh, just do that. Like it's the known fact and the right thing to do. Or you have a king, why haven't you killed them yet? And stuff like that. It's like just explaining that over and over and over and over. How do you survive the were creature attacks? Well, there was 4. And how? Very easily. Snoot has died from old age. No, not the Snoot. R.I.P. Snoot. Goodbye, Snoot. We shall mourn your death. Rip Snoot. You were a good Snoot. I like the fact that a child dealt with the Snoot's corpse. Need more Snoot? I still have like 4 Snoot. 3 Snoot. What have we here? No one comes around here without paying the iron tax. Okay. 1 bandito? 1 bandito it is. I accidentally grabbed the chickens and the snoots. That's a lot of chickens. But, it's okay. Where is the bandit at? Ah, there he is. Get 'em, boys! Come in, help out. And you back up. Yeah. Back up. Nope. You didn't back up in time. Wait, nope. No, you did. You're all good. Thought my person died, but no, their person died, so it's fine. Ooh, an iron short sword. The actual question, Ozzy, is why'd you ever get out of DF? Aren't ages just days in this game? What do you mean? No, they died of their wounds. Life got busy. Touche. It's that time of year. I'll be honest, a small part of the reason why I dislike summer is everybody stops watching Twitch because everybody goes outside and, you know, does outside things that you do outside, and they don't watch Twitch. And it makes me go, and get all lonely. I'm like only partially joking. This is mostly true. Oh, hey, Hanagram, we can be friends. I always call people who tell me to kill all of the elves fucking racists, and they always look at me kind of offended. It's kind of like the way my uncle looks at me when he says something mean about Asians. I always like to remind people that none of the characters in Dwarf Fortress are racist. It's just the players that are racist. And then I go on to educate people on the fact that you do, like, know what D&D is based in, right? It's like literally, like just go look at like some early on D&D artwork and be like, okay, which ones are the Jews? Like literally, like that's the level of some of this fantasy artwork we're looking at. Like all of the fantasy that we love is like baked in our own human racism. I mean, no, it's totally fair. You can hate on elves, but have fun about it. Don't make it weird. A lot of people make it fucking weird. Like that's the specific difference there. It's like just don't make it weird. A lot of people take it too far and they make it fucking weird. And it very quickly stops just being, "Oh, let's goof off about elves." But people very much make it weird. I mean, I don't dislike elves in Dwarf Fortress until they show up and tell me to chop down less trees. And then I'm just careful enough to chop down only just enough trees to not piss them off, but just enough to keep them annoyed with me. Because that's the proper dwarfy thing to do. Sometimes you set them on fire. That's a very, well, evil dwarf. That's literally the thing that I want in DF Anagram, is proper diplomacy. Proper diplomacy. Just give us proper diplomacy. Tarn, please. I think like even Clino was talking about pestering Tarn to do that before the Steam release. Just give us some way to like make a truces with back-to-back wars going on. Like you should be able to call a truce at some point. Three objects have been destroyed by water. Nothing important though. Just dirt. Well, here's the thing, right? They tell you to not chop down what, like 130 trees a year. It's like, in what, unless like you have the biggest ore vein in existence, and you are currently smelting it all, you do not need that many trees in DF. Like there is no world where you will ever need that many trees. And if you're an even remotely intelligent dwarf, you already have a magma furnace, so who fucking cares? Quite literally, it's like, you do not need that many trees. I've been running Long Death comfortably at peace with elves for, like, almost 300 years. Don't worry, the things destroyed by water comments, they don't actually matter. It's all good. Yeah, no, absolutely. Everybody likes to go back to the fact that they're cannibals, and like that's the reason a lot of people go after elves in DF. But it's like, you can't fucking knock their culture, okay? Like, they eat their dead after battle. Like, it's a ceremonial part of their lives. Yeah, in Legends they eat the fallen warriors after battles. It's their custom. People think the Aztecs are super fucking cool. As a good entry to colony builder games? Like as a first ever colony builder game? Like, just to wrap your mind around the concepts? Probably Banished. I don't actually like Banished that much, but probably Banished. It's pretty simple. Wraps your brain around the basic concepts. After that, I mean... yeah, probably Banished. Probably Banished. Like if it's your literal first ever colony game, probably Banished. Banished has a lot of problems though, and you'll run out of content. But Banished is pretty good at helping you wrap your mind around the basics. Then after that, if the science fiction style kind of strikes your fantasy, RimWorld is a good place to move from there. That, or you could go all out and play Dwarf Fortress. Just realize that RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress are extremely different games. However, they are based in similar concepts, I guess. Just like, you know, Mario and any other platformer have similar concepts in mind, even if, like, Mario and Sonic are completely different executions of that. What, like it kills you? I mean, get good? Because Banished is super fucking easy. So make bigger farms. And also embark with beans. Beans and taters! I haven't actually played Going Medieval, and I probably won't, because everything about Going Medieval just looks like less interesting RimWorld, and RimWorld isn't particularly interesting to me. And the 3D isn't enough to sell me because I play Dwarf Fortress. So I mean, maybe Going Medieval, but I wouldn't recommend Going Medieval just because I haven't played it. And I won't recommend a game I haven't played. That would be disingenuous. Eventually, yeah. But Dwarf Fortress is perfectly playable right now. And it's free, so... But if you want graphics, there are plenty of graphics packs that make the game just as graphically pleasing as the Steam version will be. Goblins are an enslaved race, usually, in Dwarf Fortress, outside of some rare circumstances where the demons lose power somehow. But unfortunately, their society's cultures, with some extreme, outside of some extreme examples, usually end, you know, with legalized murder and all that other fun stuff. There's nothing hard in Banished, Freskins. There's nothing hard in. There's grindy things in Banished, but Banished is like Scarleton asked for a recommendation for a first colony game, so I say Banished. Like, Banished is what I would recommend as a first colony game. It's because it's so heavily documented. It's been around for a while. Yeah. Well, chat, you answer the person's question then, and you recommend a first colony builder. That's my recommendation. If they've literally never played a colony builder before, that's my recommendation. And if you can't take my recommendation, then you guys recommend them. Goblins in Dwarf Fortress, their civs all have legal murder. Murder is legal, without repercussions. Humans believe murder is legal unless you are caught. And dwarves believe that murder should put you in prison. Where's this person? There you are. Where do I... Can I assign you with a profession from here? There. But I don't know. I've been playing city builders, town builders, and colony builders as long as I've been playing games, so... I don't know. Oh, hello, Axon. How are is Yubi? I guess we had a baby Snoot because we have another Snoot. Cool video idea. Thanks, man. Sorry for putting it up at like fuck off o'clock in the morning. I just kind of wanted to get it out, and I was curious to see if anybody would actually watch it. And they did. Even if I uploaded it at like fuck off o'clock in the morning. For reference, I premiered my most recent video on YouTube at 1 o'clock Eastern? 1 a.m. Eastern? I was just kind of curious to see how many people would tune in. 57, apparently. How's Saturday? Saturday's aight. No super huge, massive complaints. Don't want to run out of water over the winter, 'cause I think it's going to freeze. They are a location type, though. What do you mean? What do you mean hospitals aren't just a location type? Yeah, they are. You access them from the zones menu? Oh, like, why aren't they listed in that menu? Because they don't need to be? Just like gathering zones? Gathering zones aren't listed in that menu. They're all zones. You access them all the same way with the zone key. They're not listed in the locations menu because they're not a named location. They're not a meeting zone. Meeting zones are named locations. It says you? Okay. I don't agree. So, actually, let's say 200. Let's get more water. Like a big stockpile of water. Oh, also I need charcoal. Why does that jump them to the top? What? Or to the bottom even? I'm so confused. Oh, I see. It's because my campfire got destroyed when it caught fire, I guess. I didn't even realize that. I've literally never had a problem with any bugs related to hospitals, but I'm sorry that you've had that experience. I think that if you have bug reports or Q&A for Dwarf Fortress, you're best reporting them on the forums and not simply complaining about them in my chat, because I don't agree. Sure, but they're bugs I've never had issues with. And like I said, I'm not here to be complained at when I'm not even playing associated video game being complained about. So if you would like to complain about Dwarf Fortress, I recommend that you take it to the forums or the subreddit, one of those places. Just complaining at me about them is mildly annoying and not actually helpful at all. So, I don't agree. End of discussion. Well, the question is, why aren't they finishing these? Did my cook die? I don't know. I'm not a complaint repository for DF. That's all I have to say. Then do that, Anagram. That is productive. But, like, I don't like being complained at. That's all. I said I'm not. Well, if anything, I'm an entertainment dispensary. I dispense entertainment. Why is the map just white? Is it because of the snow? Oh, there. Oh, no, it's because it was loading. The water begins to freeze. The crops begin to die. We get to find out if we make it through the winter or not. We'll see how this goes. And it's cold. I don't actually have a huge amount of food, so I might have to slaughter all my chickens. That is not what I wanted to do. So I've got the wrong tool. Why do I still have mine up? What? There we go. Welp. Let's fill all that back in. I don't very much appreciate that question, Axon. I'll put it that way. Which is the main reason why I'm just kind of ignoring it. Um... Huh. Just watching our food tick down exceptionally quick. Specifically, our chicken's eating all of it. Is there like a mass slaughter option for chickens? Outside of just telling them to kill them? Yeah, it's literally our chickens are eating our food. That's not where I want to go. All right, we are going to die unless I kill all of my animals. Straight up, we are going to die unless I kill all of the animals. But how do I do that? Because I can't select them to butcher, and there's no slaughter job as far as I can tell. Hey, Club Penguin Pat. As a non-American, I will nod back at you and continue to not care. How the hell? Don't want to tame animals, I want to eat the animals. I'm sorry, Axon. I had to deal with that shit on the first. Considering my country wasn't officially celebrating Canada Day this year. Certainly didn't seem that way. Yeah, so we're all gonna die. That's kind of the long and short of it. Unless I literally battle my chickens for my food. Which is very silly. Because they are literally going to kill my, or eat all of my food before the winter ends. Because I've gone from like 200 plus food down to 46 in like the first day. And there's no way to like mass butcher from what I can tell. Please, Zaloro. Let me just tell you this. If I ask for help, offer help. I was asking for help earlier. Your help is too late. Right? So it doesn't really matter. Also, in case you weren't watching, that's what I've been doing. But that's not what I care about. It doesn't matter if I make all of the plant fiber into plant fiber soup because I literally did that and they ate them all in like a day. So you'd think that like restricting them to a zone would keep them in the zone, but apparently they don't. Also, now I can't see anything because of the stupid snow. Okay, well, anyway. Nope, I don't have a recent autosave, so. Ay. Anyway, I wasn't asking for your help. Well, I kind of was, but it's too late now. I'm just kind of pissed off that there's no, like, mass slaughter option for the animals, which is what I was planning on doing. I'm very frustrated right now. I'm not gonna lie. More frustrated with your stupid questions, Chad, but... Still very fucking frustrated right now that there's no mass slaughter option for the animals. And if there is, I haven't found it yet, and please tell me where the fuck it is if it exists. Till then. Yep, already got that as an auto job. So why didn't you mention that as an issue earlier on when we were talking about issues with this game earlier on? Today. Because then I would have slaughtered the animals way earlier on. If you wanted to offer help, that would have been the time to give it. Not now. Now is way too late. Then how do I mass slaughter the animals? Because the animals are the only reason I'm having food problems. They're literally the only reason I'm having food problems. So how do I slaughter the animals? So you just ignored the training system. Okay. Good to know. Where even are the people? There's somebody. Apologies, I'm PJ Salt all day right now. Alright, well, still slaughtering everything. It's like I've survived the winter in this game before. Last time I played this game, you couldn't actually tame animals. So, to give you an idea on how long it's been. The mass slaughtering of the chickens. Where'd the rest of them go? There's one. All right, let's see if I can butcher those. That'll help. At least a bit, I hope. Where did that chicken go? You're like invisible on that stupid snow. Don't even look like a chicken. You look like a frickin' goose. Bun Bun. I don't know what your old name was, so what was your old name? Because then I know who you are. Till then, I don't know who you are, but hello. Because I don't know what your name was previously. How am I to know what your name change was? There. And there's the chicken. There we go. And there we go. Hey, omelet, potato flour. Okay. Hey, Twinge. Oh, Angry Bunny. I know you. You've been going to Angry Management. So now you're just bun squared instead of an Angry Bunny. Makes sense. That's it. All the livestock's dead. I think. Still not letting me cook chicken. Maybe I need the campfire to do that? But I built a campfire, game. What? I literally built you a campfire. It only has one stool, supposedly. And there we go. Now we have food again. Excellent. Crisis averted. I had to slaughter all of the chickens with no warning. I didn't even tell their families first. Also, apologies for the salt, Zalora. At least we got lots of water. And cider. Food crises are annoying. Yep. Yeah, it's fine though. Clunky food crisis is annoying. Yeah, there you go. Food crisis itself is fine. I mean, for whatever it's worth, the snow in this game's real pretty. Like, real pretty. Like, real pretty. This game has some real nice snow. I was gonna put roofs on those beds, but I don't need to. It's bloody cold down here, too. Even being close to the campfire isn't warm. Weird. Although one final thing that I want to say about Dwarf Fortress related bugs to anybody who's complaining about them. This is more my opinion than anything. But if you focus so heavily on bugs in Dwarf Fortress, a game which has a lot of them, you will never actually enjoy the game. You just won't. So if all you ever focus on in DF is things that can be fixed and not what the game is doing uniquely or differently or interestingly, you will never really enjoy the game. You'll just constantly be frustrated by minor annoyances constantly. That's fine. The upper apartments don't have roofs on them because they never got finished. Because they never needed to be finished, so it's fine. So why can't I cook chicken meat at the kitchen? Am I missing something here? Oh, I have to do that at the campfire. Right, okay. I don't know how many I have, but let's just queue up 100. And now snow blocks and ice blocks start appearing. Like the snow's actually just piling up. But I think we should have enough food around to finish the year. At least mostly. Pretty sure the world map also changes. No, it doesn't. But at least we're getting food cooked, so that's good. I do like that this game just spawns booze in, or not booze, bags in when you need them conveniently. I think that that's kind of funny. In theoretically, you could, yes. Especially if you went up north. You could absolutely build a snow fortress in this game. Don't tell Kiri. Because this is a blind game. I don't think she'd like this game anyway. I dug into my own fort accidentally, so I'm filling it back in. I'm waiting for the snow to melt and then everybody to drown. Kind of expecting that to happen now. But all that being said, chat room, I've been streaming for 9.5 hours. It's 7:30 p.m. I'm hungry and I need to go make myself some dinner. Because I somehow managed to just stream for 9.5 hours with no lunch. So I'm going to go pause the game, save the game. Yes, winter is persistent like that. Seasons are very much a threat in this game. Every season comes with different... if I went low, I'd be dead. Audio. That's not how going low works. But thank you. I would have felt it, trust me. Everybody seems to assume that going low is like something that just kind of happens and you don't notice. That's not how it works. No, I would know immediately if I was even close to being low, let alone being low. I was about to raid you. Are you ending, Suey? Because yes, I'm ending. I've been streaming for 9.5 hours, dude. Go raid someone else. I'm gonna go raid some fish. Here, go raid fish. Just go raid fish. It's fine. I'm gonna send you guys over to the fish stream because Suey's ending.